simple. If we got 3 points, we wanted 3 points, and it's another positive step in the right direction. We're on 18 points, and we continue to be on a very good path towards our ultimate goal. And it's nothing more, nothing less. So we'll keep this high low and file it away and get back to work on Tuesday. We have a very difficult game at Vancouver. But if we continue to have good work and training like we have, it'll show up in the game like today. And that's the process we've been following all season long, and that's the process we'll continue to follow. So it's been a good third of the season, right at about a third of the season, and we've made a lot of progress. And we're in a good position points-wise, but it's a very tight race in this conference, and we've got to keep plugging away, and we haven't done anything yet. So we'll get back to work on Tuesday and get ready for Vancouver. They beat LA at home and look very good, so we're going to have a good performance to get a result there.
Coach, would you call this maybe one of the peak performance that you've had this year, or how would you characterize it?
No, not really. I mean, I just think, based on the result, you could call it that, but I'm looking at the performance and looking at all the little plays within the game, and you guys are always looking at the score, and a 3-0 game doesn't mean it was your best performance just because it was your widest margin of victory. I've seen 1-0 games that are more comprehensive than a 3-0 game. So for me, it was a good performance. Still a lot more in the tank. We still have a long way to go, and we're just reaching. For me, we're just scratching the surface of the team that we can be. So we're going to keep evolving and coming together and getting stronger and keep going into games trying to get 3 points. And if we do, great, we move on. If we don't, we move on. Okay? If we need to correct things, we will. But again, we're going to keep a steady hand like we've kept all year. And so there's going to be minor adjustments, but nothing major. And we just got to keep an even keel like we have been all year, and we'll be where we want to be at the end.
You've already got 18 points. You're still 6 matches from the official midway point of the season. If you're being totally candid, has this team at the very least met your expectations, if not exceeded them?
No. I mean, I think there were points that we left on the table in some of these games, and so we could be even further along than we are. What we're pleased about is we're performing well. We're getting good performances out of our players individually and collectively. We're not where we want to be yet, which is what makes it scary, is we can be even better. But this team's very grounded, and as much as MLS soccer tries to create headlines that make us cocky, we're not a cocky team. I'm not a cocky coach. I'm very humble. My players are very humble. And we don't get too high or low. We don't talk trash. MLS soccer puts headlines up that make it seem like that unfairly. The reality is we're very humble. We go into every game and we respect our opponent. We don't think we're going to walk out on the field and just automatically, magically win games. We know we have to put the work in for 90 minutes to get out of the game what we want. The reason we've been on a 9-game run without losing is because we stay humble and hungry, and we don't get complacent or overconfident. So as much as MLS soccer is trying to paint us that way, that's not the way we are.
Coach, you guys had 59% of possession today. Do you have a number in your mind of what you want in terms of how much possession, or what's a good number for this team?
Actually today, I told the guys before the game I could care less how much possession we had. I want to go to goal and get goals. So, if we had 10% possession and won 3-0, I would have been happy. So, I'm not bothered by how it looks. I'm not bothered by how much possession we have. I know because of the way we train, we'll have a lot of possession because we train to have the ball every day. We're not just going to be a possession team to a fault. We're not going to die in beauty. We're going to be a team that wins games. That's it. And if we have more of the ball, if that's what the game calls for, then great. But at the end of the day, we're trying to get 3 points. That's it.
Coach, Chivas sets up differently than any other team in the league. Now that this game is done, can you tell us, did you make any significant tactical adjustments or change the way that you wanted to approach the team?
Yeah, but I'm not going to tell you what we did, because then Vancouver would know what we did. So you can figure it out.
They don't play 3 at the back, though.
Yeah. No.
Can you talk about?
You know what I mean? I don't want to tell you what I did,
Yeah.
because obviously Vancouver would know what I did, so hope you understand.
Rodney Wallace's performance today with goal and assist, and how his form has been over the past few games.
Rodney Wallace is having a breakout year. I'm not sure why he hasn't had a breakout year up to this point, because I think clearly he's one of the better wingers in the league, and he's really flourishing. And you know, a lot of our players right now, they're just, it's real simple. You know, they're enjoying their football. They're enjoying it. And the more you enjoy playing this game, the better you play. You know, I told them go out and just don't think, be free, play. You know, we're very organized in training. We hit them with a ton of tactics, we work on our shape a lot, and then I just release them in the game and let them go. And you know, all the little seeds we've planted throughout the week are there. But they, you know, tonight we didn't play tight. I thought we played a little tight against New England. You know, maybe that's my fault. You know, maybe I overdid it on the tactics going into it. You know, but today I just let them go and let them be free. And you know, I think you saw that. The Larry, you know, really came alive. You know, and I have to bring up Diego Chara and Will Johnson. These two guys are, you know, for me, dominant box-to-box midfielders. And they've been bringing it every single game, those two guys. And, you know, they're in a position where they don't always show up on the score sheet because they just do a lot of the dirty work. But they're in the heart of our team, and they're our engine room. And you know, it was good for Will to get a goal today. But there were a lot of moments where Diego Chara slashed forward, could have had assists. And, you know, those two guys are putting the work in, and it's really making us go. And also Baptiste and Footy, I thought did a very good job, along with Jack Dewsbury and Michael Harrington. You know, we have a lot of guys that don't get a lot of credit. You know, Jack and Mikey are two guys that don't get credit either much. They just play their role, they do their job, and you know, silently, you know, without getting much credit, they've been putting in some good work defensively and getting shutouts and clean sheets. And I thought the back four was very good today.
Donovan, another shutout.
Yeah.
He gives up the penalty kick only the other night. You know, Neely got a finger on that. The fact that he's playing so well, does it help the 10 in front of him be a little more aggressive and more comfortable?
Yeah, he's so confident. You know, it's great to have a guy behind you that just exudes composure and gives a presence. You know, again, I wouldn't trade him for any goalkeeper in the league, and there's a lot of great goalkeepers. You know, I just have a lot of time for Donovan Ricketts. You know, I think he fits the way we play and gives us a presence. And you know, because of the way we play, we've got some smaller guys, so on set pieces we're going to be perhaps vulnerable. But Donovan's a man-child. He's so big that he can come up for things and snatch, you know, balls out of the air. And so he's just a very good goalkeeper. And you know, here he is in the twilight of his career, and he's having a career year. You know, he's another one. You know, he's played so many years, but he's just happy. He's seeing, you know, smiling every day, and you know, I think it's revived his, you know, really the end of his career. I'm hoping he has another couple of years. You know, I think he does.
One more, please.
With coming up on 3 road games, how important was getting the 3 points in tonight's match?
If we didn't get 3 points, it would have been the end of the world. We would have moved on, and you know, you guys would have thought it was the end of the world. But you know, we would have had another 23 games left with, do the math, it's a lot of points. You know, we would have again gone to the next game, and maybe we got a point or 3 points. That would have meant we made it or arrived. And, you know, so the highs and lows of the media and the picture you guys paint is something that we keep insulated. I don't let it get in my head. I don't let it get in the locker room's head. And you know, we're focused on our target, where we want to be. We're focused on following a process. And you know, again, it's not like I'm doing cartwheels up here because we won a soccer game. Because I know the next 23 games are more important than this game. So.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Coach.
Locker room's open.